So although I really did like the Washington Commanders 2025 draft class, there was something that was a little surprising to me, and that was simply they did not address the edge rushing room. Prior to the draft, as you assessed the edge rushers that were currently on the roster, whether it's Jacob Young, Dorrance Armstrong, Javante Jean Baptiste, and the rest of the guys, it was kind of just meh. And you just assumed, okay, with one of these 5 draft picks, the Washington Commanders should upgrade it by adding some type of young edge rusher to this bunch. However, they did not do that. And it kind of left me a little bit surprised. However, after the draft happened, it came out and said that the Washington Commanders was in the market and very interested in adding a veteran pass rusher. So much so that they seem very interested in former Super Bowl winner and Super Bowl MVP Von Miller and a list of other guys. Let's talk about it, as the Washington Commanders may be taking a chance on a veteran presence at the edge rusher department.
The way that we live is not for everybody.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
How do you think the rest of Jaden Daniels' career is going to go? If we're, 6, 7 games into Jaden Daniels' career and he's already milking injuries, like...
Stop saying my name, you dick rhyme bastard. I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she cry for him, and shawty is the winner. You can tell that shawty's no beginner, she's confident.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We have the Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with the video where we're going to be talking about Von Miller and a slew of other veteran presence that the Washington Commanders could be adding to this edge rusher room coming up here shortly. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so it'd be greatly appreciated if him reach that goal as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Let's get straight to it. So, first things first, how y'all doing on this beautiful day? I'm doing pretty good. And when it comes to the Washington Commanders, edge rushers, I definitely felt that it was work needed to be done. Now, I think they're very high on the free agent pass rusher that they got, I believe, Jacob Young. And they really like Javante Jean Baptiste. That's out of all the guys that we have on this roster, whether it's Cleveland Farrell, Dorrance Armstrong, Jacob Young, Javante Jean Baptiste, he's like the only guy that I see upside with just because he's so young. Now, my initial thought was they did sign Javon Kinlaw, and they may plan on using him more as a pass rusher, edge rusher on the outside, or defensive end, I should say, not even necessarily an edge rusher. Because think about it like this: one of the biggest problems Washington had last year was stopping the run. Whether it was Saquon Barkley killing us every time he played, Jameer Gibbs getting the first down before even getting touched in the divisional round, whether it was Bijan Robinson, we couldn't stop the run. Even Tyrone Tracy killed us. Even Rico Dowdle killed us. And one thing that we assessed last year was the defensive ends, the edge rushers, or you may have you, were weak, right? They weren't strong. So that's what made Joe Witt Jr. adjust and have to put Deron Payne at defensive end. So that hints to you why they probably got Javon Kinlaw for some size, pause, girth, and just to be a big beast on the interior, and also can play defensive end, because Javon Kinlaw can play defensive end as well. So my whole theory that I think Adam Peters is going with is having just size and beefing up the defensive line. He's not really worried about having a finesse, fast pass rusher. Like, we've done that in the past, right? Chase Young, Montez Sweat, and they really has not panned out to be absolutely like the best guys, any top pass rushers. So you think about it like that, right? Majority of the best pass rushers, like a TJ Watt and Myles Garrett, and these guys at the top of the top, Aiden Hutchinson, they're not like finesse fast guys. I really think that's just college, y'all. Like, I think I came to a full grips of that once. Like, we tried that experiment plenty of times, and it pretty much failed. Ryan Kerrigan, the best pass rusher I've experienced in my fandom of my lifetime, he was really good for us, obviously, right? And he wasn't like the most skilled guy, but I say that to say maybe a guy like Jacob Young probably is a good match for this group. right? He doesn't have the outstanding tangibles. Maybe Javonte Jean Baptiste is really good. Like, it's the names that don't make you excited about what could be the case. But again, look at all the successful pass rushers in this league. What is something that they have outside of things that they had to grow into or learn, in terms of different move sets and stuff like that? The only thing that I can really say that can separate a pass rusher is just his athleticism and speed. But again, at this level, how athletic and big and strong these right tackles are, guards, that really gets shut down. So I say that to say, I'm personally not interested in Von Miller. I'm not at this age of his career. He definitely just came off of a major injury not too long ago. Didn't really play much last year as well. And he's at the last step of his career. I know Von Miller, the name sounds exciting, but he's not much of anything anymore. You know what I'm saying? So adding to this room of Adorance Armstrong and Cleveland Furrow and all these guys that we have, I'm into, but it wouldn't be Von Miller. I know Matt Judon last year didn't do much either with Atlanta. We got an up close and personal view of him, but I would much rather him than a Von Miller. Probably even Lance Newmark's guy, who he has some type of chemistry with because he was there in Detroit with them. Zadarius Smith, they said we're linked to him as well. I would even prefer that. I think Von Miller, honestly, looking at this list, probably would be one of my last choices. But you look at Kaiser White, he's an outside linebacker as well. But for the most part, it'll really be three guys. Preston Smith, I think he's still out there. I don't know if we would want to reunite with Preston Smith, but when it comes to the type of pass rusher or edge rushers that we're looking for, we're not looking for finesse and speed. We're looking for guys that can play the run and that can just push the pocket and collapse. I'm gonna break this down to you now. We're not gonna have a guy like Dante Fowler last year that had 10.5 sacks. It's hard for me to believe that. I think we're going to rush as a team. We're going to rush collectively as a unit, and we're going to have team success on defense. But single players just having that keystone pass rusher, Abdul Carter in the third overall pick, it's not happening, bro. It's not happening this year. Could that happen potentially down the line? Of course, maybe next year we draft a guy. Maybe next year we sign a big-time free agent, or maybe Javonte Jean Baptiste takes the next leap. But Eddie Goldman, interior defensive tackle. My guy that we got from the Patriots, Dietrich Wise. Like, every move we made on the defensive line this year just screams we need to stop the run. I'm not gonna say we don't care about getting sacks at the quarterback or getting pressure on the quarterback, because we do, but we don't have that guy. It's like I said, it's gonna be team success. And looking at the free agent class that's still available, it's Von Miller at the top of the list. He's gonna be 36 into this season, man. Matt Judon, 32. Preston Smith, 32. Zadarius Smith, 32 as well. So those three guys, like Matt Judon, Preston Smith, and Zadarius Smith, are more interesting. You got DeMarcus Walker from Chicago, formerly of Chicago there. Kaiser White, as I mentioned. And then obviously Dennis Gardeck, Shaq Thompson, who wouldn't be bad. He's only 31. So again, for me, it's not the name. It's more of the fit that I would love for us to get if they're still available. Just let me see who else is down here. James Smith Williams, Shaquille Bird. I think he came out of retirement, right? Shaquille Bird. He came out of retirement for one more year, something like that, with the Bucks. But yeah, man. For the most part, it's pretty whack. But if we was to bring in Von Miller, I mean, it'll be fine. I'm not really geeking for Von Miller. I really just don't know what he has at this stage of his career. He's 36, right? How much more does he have left in the tank, right? It ain't like he had a really good year last year either. And it's not like, oh, we bring him in and he can develop the rest of the group, because who do we really have in that group besides Javonte Jean Baptiste? Everybody else is already a vet in their own right. So we'll see how this edge rushing room looks once training camp comes and once OTA comes. Maybe one of these undrafted free agents, one of these defensive linemen we were trying out, maybe they make the roster or something like that. But for the most part, it's definitely a subpar, dare I say, group. But I expect Coach Joe Witt Jr. and Adam Peters and the rest of this staff and group to have us playing into where we're rushing as a unit and worrying about team success. instead of just having one guy that we need to rely on to get pressure on the quarterback. And we still got Frankie Louisville, who we can use as a pass rusher as well at times. Maybe they plan on using him more as of that, because Joel McGee may take that next step this year to where he can take over the Frankie Louisville role, and Frankie Louisville could be utilized more as a pass rusher as well. We still got the guy from UCLA who we just drafted, right? So my ideal plan, or what I think they're going to do, is not worry about the names. They're probably going to bring in a veteran, but not worry about the names. They're just worried about how to put guys in the right position that we already have to maximize their potential, which you can't argue with. But that being said, let me know what you got the video in the comment section down below. Washington Commanders seem very interested in Von Miller, former Super Bowl champion and MVP. Are you interested? Leave it down below in the comment section. It's always been boy Juangotti. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. On the road to 10,000 subscribers. I want to see y'all later. I'm out. Peace.
Never gave a bomb, ballin' like I'm Deshaun, throw the bomb, G. That's IG, my jersey never seen a laundry.